Hey friends, we are back for part 2 of our 24 hours in Hong Kong adventure, where we're seeing a handful of tourist attractions and just taking you guys along for the journey. So yesterday we saw the Peak Tram and the Sky Terrace up there, having fantastic views over, well, basically the entirety of Hong Kong. Just having a little bit of a mooch around the city and getting our routes and getting our bearings personally, and just figuring out what Hong Kong really is about, and the public transport as well. Then we saw the Symphony of Lights later on in the evening. Obviously, as you saw, we said it in the video, better to get as far down by the wheel as you can, because those will be the best views. So now we're back for day 2. We are on our way from our hotel, which was Lan Kwai Fong, and I will spell that down in the bottom corner for you, and I'll put down in the description the link to the hotel so you can see exactly where we stayed. We're fairly central in Hong Kong, and we're making our first stop today to the Man Mo Temple. So it says in Google Maps that it's about a 6-minute walk now. It's pretty hilly around here, so it's probably more than a 6-minute walk. But one thing we will say about the city as a whole is not very accessible. So if you do have mobility issues, it might be difficult to get around here. Just have a good bit, and you're just going to have to bear with me today because it is spitting a little bit in the rain and it's getting all on the camera. But anyway, so first attraction today, Man Mo Temple. If you guys do enjoy the video throughout, give us a thumbs up. I do appreciate it. It really does help us out a lot. And it'd be great if you could hit the subscribe button, bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos. It's going to be a busy day again. But let's go. So we just made it to Man Mo Temple. It was actually only about 30 seconds after I finished filming that intro for you guys, the cold open. And here we are. It's really stunning, actually. I love like the emerald, the jade colours, and it's like this beauty surrounded by like really industrial looking tower blocks of flats. So as we enter, we do have a whole bunch of rules. We've also got some audio guides here, so you can scan this QR code and you can then be told the rich and the poor, stories at Man Mo Temple and Quan Phuc. So we just had a look in the Man Mo Temple, and we weren't really allowed to take any videos in there, but we managed to get a few pictures. I've got a thing about recording in temples and churches and things like that anyway, so I probably wouldn't have recorded in there even if we could have. But some of the pictures, I'll put a few of them in now and you can see what it's like. There's varying offerings and like shrines and things like that, and it's just really peaceful and relaxing there. They've got some sort of like background music playing that is just like really subtle, quiet music. People putting their incense in. There's 3 separate rooms, so you got one here, one there, and then one over the other shoulder. And the one over the other shoulder, it looks like that's essentially a cemetery in there. And what they're doing is they're cremating their loved ones after the death, and then they're pitting them kind of like a tomb, essentially. But loads of them in there, and each of them has a little plaque with a little bit of information on them. I don't know what the information said because we definitely weren't allowed to take pictures in there, rightfully so. But it was nice that you've got that kind of place to come and commemorate your loved one, and it's really, really peaceful in there as well. So now we're gonna leave here. Hopefully you guys have seen those pictures and you get to see what it is. We did give an offering as well. We gave a donation as we went in, because that's how these places stay afloat. And we bought a couple of little souvenirs as well. So I'll put a picture of those in now. They're very cute. Then we're going to go on the hop-on, hop-off bus tour around Hong Kong, and hopefully see as many sights as we can in such a short space of time. We come down onto Queen's Road now, which we just walked back past our hotel where we were staying. The Man Mo Temple opened at 9. but the hop-on, hop-off bus tour doesn't open till 10, or doesn't start till 10 even. Tickets for that just cost us $120 US, I believe it was, for the for both of us though. For like the next level tour. So we're going to do, basically you have two routes. You've got a green route and you've got a red route. We're going to do kind of like a combination of both of the routes, and then, you know, hopefully we get to see a little bit more. It's going to take about an hour and a half-ish. A couple of the things on the tour we saw already, because we saw the Peak Tram and we just saw the Manmo Temple. There is a stop to get on at the Manmo Temple, but it doesn't start there till 10. So we've come down to Queen Street here. We're going to grab a bite to eat, probably just somewhere cheap, because we just spent 120 quid on tickets to a bus tour, and then we'll go back up one road that way and go on the hop-on, hop-off bus tour that way. So we're back outside now, stopped and got ourselves some local delicacies, which consists of McDonald's breakfast, as Becky kindly pointed out. I had a milk tea and a ramen soup, which was interesting. But we're now outside the Vihyun building and outside the HSBC bank. And this is where we're going to get the hop-on, hop-off bus tour from. There's our first stop there. We're only about 3 or 4 minutes from our hotel. You can tell where it's going to stop because you've got the loading and unloading bay here. This isn't what we're getting, but should be here in a few minutes. So we are on the hop-on, hop-off bus tour. Got our headphones. These were down at the entrance. We've got little areas to fit the headphones. We've got some at the front here, and they're all in front basically. And then you've got number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 10. It's all different languages, so it's number 1. We're hearing now about the tea trade back in Queen Victoria's time. So we're just taking our way around the city, and we get the commentary through the headphones. So it's not a live person like you have occasionally, but we do get all these facts, which is cool. We were just hearing, actually, in the earphones, fantastic this actually, the reason the British ruled Hong Kong is because they had taken over parts of northern China. The Chinese wanted the British out, and so they were like, oh, get out and we'll give you Hong Kong. Casually. So Hong Kong became essentially British owned for quite a while. I think it's only in the past 20 or 30 years that they've actually gained independence. It's a relatively recent thing. Also, side note, it's just Becky and I on the top deck here. There's nobody else around, which is great. We're on the first one of the day, and it's good. It's good so far. Slightly different vantage point now though.
So this is some of the languages you can get. You can get English, Chinese, not too sure what the next one is, Cantonese maybe, Japanese, Korean, French, German, Italian, Spanish and Russian. So you've got 10 different languages there, which is great, and you can also download the app. You'll have free additional stuff in there. There's free Wi-Fi on board as well.
And we're back off again.
So this is the Hong Kong Central Police Station, or former Hong Kong Central Police Station, police station just behind. So,
So back there as well, we actually saw like a whole bunch of covered escalators, like up the hill, and it holds the Guinness World Records for the longest outdoor covered escalator in the world. From 8 AM, I think it was 6 AM, sorry, till 10 AM. It runs downhill, bringing city workers, bringing people from the top down to the city to work, and then from 10 AM to midnight, it will run upwards. Take everybody back up. So you're a bit out of luck if you doing it the other way around, but hey, it's good. It's pretty cool. I'll try and put a picture in because we couldn't really get that. I'll put a picture in of those escalators now so you can see what they look like. So this is the banking district we're coming up on now. This is where we were in part 1 of our video. So the cool architecture around here just looks a little bit dated and unique. Lots of cool overpasses, underpasses and whatnot here. So what I was saying in the headphones just a second ago, there was a lot of like cheeky entertainment around here at one point, but it's now become a lot more reputable. This was like military come here, all the gentlemen's clubs basically, and it's now changed into like to be more reputable entertainment than it was previously.
Hello, you're going to tell us about the bridge? Hello?
Oh, this is a famous bridge that is the backdrop to a lot of films apparently, as we were told on our flight here. However, we've been given no other facts about it on the Bon Hop Off bus tour, so I'm a bit sad about that. So that is a typhoon shelter for boats. That will be why that rock work is happening over there. So they come out here just so they don't get hit by the typhoons. This is the Bank of China building, one of the biggest skyscrapers in Hong Kong. So the points and the sharp edges are against feng shui. So people criticise it for that, but it looks pretty cool. And that was also lit up as part of our Symphony of the Lights show last night. So one thing to note as well, you do actually get a return trip on the tram included as part of your Big Bus Tour ticket. So what we'd say is do the Big Bus Tour first, then do the beach tram. We didn't know that the ticket was included, to be honest. We didn't do a lot of planning for this. It's kind of all a little bit on the fly, seeing what we can do. But do the tour first, then do the beach tram. You'll get your bearings as well then, and you'll know sort of where you are. We got in fairly late yesterday, so we didn't really have a chance to do the tour first. But you'll save yourself a few quid there doing it that way around, because you won't have to buy 2 tickets basically. This building here is the Lippo building, and they call it the koala tree because it looks like koalas in a tree. So we've just gone for a tunnel. We're on the south side of Hong Kong Island. We're coming up to Ocean Park as well. So this is a big Ocean Park is a big theme park. You've got a zoo, you've got an aquarium here, theme park, all sorts of everything here. Interestingly, we've actually got a beach up here. You've got the country club just behind us as well. We've gone past that. That was invented years ago as a way to bring cultures together. So this here is Repulse Bay. Now we're being told the reason it got the name Repulse Bay is because this is where you have pirates attacking trade routes, and the British Navy came in and launched some counterattacks against the pirates and repulsed them away from the area to fix those trade routes, and that's how it ended up being called Repulse Bay. So just just there on the cliff edge you see Ocean Park. That's what we were saying about, you've got the gondolas going over the top like the Cape Cars. There's basically like a theme park just like hanging there on the cliff edge, a roller coaster that you can see for miles and miles. So that gondola ride connects one side of the theme park to the other. There you go. So just here is the biggest Christian cemetery in Hong Kong. It's very difficult to see because of the walls, but it goes all down the mountain. I'll try and put a picture in of it. Now, oh, there you go. Difficult to see. Basically saying on the guide at the moment that the reason all of the buildings are so tall, a few reasons for it, lack of land space, actual foot land space that you can build on, and people wanting to see the harbour. So you build the building higher, the chances are higher that you'll be able to see the harbour, but that also means that it puts the price up. So it's a ever ongoing cycle of price going up, height going up, price going up, height going up, just to get that view of the harbour. So that was really good, doing the big bus tour, hop on, hop off around Hong Kong. We did both the green route and the red route. I think we started on the red route, did the green route. If you've got time, do hop off it. Down here at the pier area, the ferry terminal, you do have the Maritime Museum as well. So if you are here for a little bit more than 24 hours, you've got a few extra things to do, because Maritime would be a huge part of the Hong Kong culture. With it being essentially a harbour city, it's, you know, a lot of their history is steeped in the harbour. So you kind of want to do that. But we're here now, and we've got the wheel. So we're going to do the big observation wheel as well. Why not? We're here. That'll take us less time to do than it would the Maritime Museum. As I said, we will be back at some point anyway, so we're going to have more time in the future to do other stuff. But it's just cool doing those tours. We definitely recommend doing both of them, because it gives you that opportunity to see both the city and the outside areas of Hong Kong, Ocean Park, and things like that. So as I said, our next attraction that we're going to do is the wheel here. It is priced at 20 Hong Kong dollars per adult. Child is free and concessions are 10. You can get a private gondola all to yourself for 160, which actually is not bad at all really, because an adult for that is essentially like £2, which is pretty cheap, and then a private gondola would be roughly £16 at current exchange rate. You've got the Aya Carnival happening here in 224 days from time of recording, and this is a whole little promenade here. You've got like a proper ferry terminal. I'd imagine this is where cruise ships would probably dock as well, but I'm not 100%. They've got a stage being built. You've got loads of little booths here for food and drink and whatnot. You got some cool statues, like this squirrel holding its nut. Oh no, it's a squirrel holding a pigeon. Interesting. Here we are getting on the gondola. We're packing a cabin with a few people. They can load 3 cabins all at once, which is quite useful. And you've got the carousel just behind. And you've also got like dodgems behind as well, it looks like. So we were just told we get 3 goes around, and it'll be about 15 minutes in total. Just get some pretty cool views up here. Obviously it's not going to be as tippy-toppy as going up on the observation deck that's on a skyscraper. But oh wow, I said they were building a stage, didn't I? I didn't know they were building a whole arena. Crikey. I'd love to know, I don't know what it is, it's like a carnival or something, it's saying. Just here it looks like they're building another skyscraper, or something's going on. Apple store over there as well. International Finance Centre. And the Apple store is actually spanning the entirety of the road there, which is pretty cool. Zoom into it a bit further, as you can see. So we're already going back down the other side. It's not a super duper high wheel at all, but this is actually what you have some of the video on these like circular screens. They show video for the Symphony of Lights. HSBC building, got a Bank of America building over there as well. Standard Chartered. Shoe print there, I would not like to have to climb that. As we come out, we're in the little kind of theme park area. We've got these little English bulldogs. We've got a gorilla for some reason. And we've got all these hearts as well. It's just very chill out here. So included in as part of the ticket, once again, on the hop-on, hop-off tour, is a ticket to the ferry. We got a return one. That was kind of what was part of the next tier up, the 2-1, which cost us a little bit more than it would have just for one of the routes. But we've got to go to Pier 7 at the terminal. Basically, actually, just next to where you get off the hop-on, hop-off bus tour. This is the Star Ferry. Piece of advice she just gave us is go up a floor so you get nicer views and stuff like that. The one that was docking looked pretty busy, so I'm hoping and praying this won't be too bad. But you've got the upper deck entrance just here to the left. So we're going to go to the upper deck entrance. So the prices for the Star Ferry, if you don't get it with your hop-on hop-off bus tour, is $5 in a weekday or $6.5 on a weekend, and then 2.9 or 3.9 for a child respectively. Same with other concessions as well. We are now on the Star Ferry across. It is just a few minutes, and I think they've got like 4 or 5 on operation. It's very quick. It's just a few minutes between the harbours. You can get a train as well, actually, that goes underneath the river, like an underground subway system. So you could do either, or it really doesn't make much of a difference. But this was just included in our ticket. It's only $3. So we made it across the ferry terminal just there. We're gonna make our way now. Try going through this shop. I think it's the shopping centre anyway. We're gonna try the place that we're trying to get to. It said it was an hour and 6 minutes walking, and I hope and I pray that that is not the case, because I do not want to be walking for an hour and 6 minutes today. Lots of people in just casual clothes going up this escalator though, so I'm hoping this will be fine. It's a very skinny escalator. It's essentially a shopping centre, it looks like. So we'll go through the shopping centre, I hope. Just as a heads up, this is an extremely fancy pants shopping centre. We've got Tiffany & Co, Mont Blanc, we've got Lowe, we've seen some Rolex shop. Yeah, there's everything in here that is really, really posh. Well outside of my price range. So if you get the ferry over to this harbour and you decide that you're going to go to the Sky 100 observation tower, which is where we were going by the way, just get a taxi from the pier. It'll cost you £5, £10. but you're not walking through miles and miles of subway, miles and miles of shopping centre, squiggly jiggly, roundy roundy, timey wimey, all that jazz. You'll just make it. It'll be quick. You'll be in aircon as well. And the taxis, the back doors open automatically for you, which is really freaking cool. And you get to ride in a really old school Toyota. And that's just amazing, right? Who wouldn't want to do that? But instead, you walk through miles of tunnels to get to where you need to be. And you're still not there. We're making our way. We're getting there slowly. We're now in the Sky Corridor, apparently. I don't know what this is, but we're on our way.
Good way to see the sights.
It is a good way to see the sights. That's right, Becky. We're going to be there. We'll get there eventually. We'll be out of breath, dehydrated, and on death's door, but we'll be there eventually. It's been 84 years since I last laid eyes on this building.
I'm pretty sure it's been 84,000 steps as well.
It's been 84,000 steps, but finally, it's popped back up on the signs to say the observation 100 is in front of us. It's like the third shopping centre we've been in. I think you should get a taxi here. Just do it, just do it. Treat yourself. Treat yourself and get a taxi, because we've, like, look, 24 hours in Hong Kong turns out to be 6 hours of walking in Hong Kong and then 18 hours of doing stuff. There it is, it's actually in the shopping centre. Sky 100. Welcome to Sky 100 Hong Kong Observation Deck. If you need tickets, you've got to go down to get the tickets, then you come back up, I'm assuming, and go through that entrance there. We haven't got tickets, so hopefully they're not too expensive. I don't know how much they are. Oh, 198 Hong Kong dollars, or 128 for children. Got some merchandise examples here. Little nano block display of Hong Kong. We'll go back up the escalator to get to the entrance, as we said. You've got a vending machine, and you've also got lockers here, which is pretty good as well. They are paid for. So medium one for the first 2 hours is $30, large is $40. It's like £3 or £4. And then every 1 hour thereafter is 15 or 20. So if you just come straight with your suitcase, you can put it in one of those lockers. We have got our tickets now. These are basically like £40 for the two of them, which is quite pricey, but hey, we're here now. Here we start our journey with a cool light show. I've got a feeling this is going to be a little bit like Summit 1 in New York. Summit 1's like a relatively new skyscraper in New York that we went to. Oh, that's going back 18 months now, but I mean 18 months in the grand scheme of New York skyscrapers isn't long at all. I'll put a link up in the top corner so you guys can go and check that out if you'd like. It's a very cool place to see in New York. Ooh, pretty lights.
Welcome to Sky 100's Time Tunnel. You'll see
Time tunnel. Ooh, okay. 1858, Pottinger Street. 1912. It's quick. Changes quickly. Can't keep up. And now we've got a time lapse of Hong Kong. Right. Time lapse all day. So we just stepped into the lift. How high are we going? I think 100 meters. I want to say 100 meters, right? That's underneath us. It's not a glass elevator though. Oh no, it's more than 100 meters.
It's 100 floors.
Is it 100 floors? Oh yeah, that makes sense. We're up to floor
Welcome to Sky 100,
40,
developed by Hong Kong
950.
Properties. You'll arrive at the 100th floor within 60 seconds.
Oh.
At 1,393 meters, We'll take you on a
390
360-degree voyage across the city and through
Pretty
its
cool.
museums to the lives and culture of Hong Kong people.
欢迎光临由新鸿基
The highest wedding venue up here as well.
我们将在10秒内抵达第100层。各位来宾可以
It's
在海
counting the
拔
seconds because it's
393
saying
米
it
高
can
度
do it in 60
以
seconds.
360度的全
My
景
ears
视野
popped.
俯瞰香港的迷人景色，
55,
同时还可以透过丰富的多媒体设施，
58,
感受香港人的生活及文化。
60 seconds. Floor 300. Oh no, floor 100, 393 meters.
That's at least 62 seconds.
I think so. I think they're around us. Do we... This way? Okay, it is completely dead here. This is an awesome, awesome exhibit already. I'm actually really liking that. So we've got this really cool installation here, as we just showed you. That's the tallest building in Hong Kong there, I believe. This is the observation tower where we are now. Then as we come out, we start to see these views. We start to get those views of Hong Kong. It's dead up here. There's like 10 people. But, you know what? I think that was worth it for that view, to be honest. That view over Hong Kong is incredible. So we've got a cute little heart installation here as well. We've got some of these screens, which are, I'm assuming they're like AR. It says enhancement at work, so can't see that unfortunately. But with it being an observation deck, you've got a full 360-degree view all the way around Hong Kong and the Hong Kong Peninsula. You have a look down here, you can see the tunnel that goes all the way under the harbour and comes out the other end there. You've got all the shipping containers, everything dotted in the harbour. You also have a gift shop up here, because of course you would have a gift shop up here. Why wouldn't you have a gift shop up here? Ooh, it's cute.
Look how cute this is.
Oh, little chopsticks
One can
and
have the chopsticks
ramen
and
bowl.
one can have the bowl.
How cute. Got these cute little local snacks magnets. So
That one looks a bit
sesame
like
ball and fried dumplings, steamed rice dumplings, steamed Chinese sausage bun. We've also got the gashapon pods as well. Gashapon pods. And then you've actually got the Sky 100 merchandise as well. Wooden Ferris wheel. This is the Sky 100 merchandise, the mugs, mouse pad. You've got a magnet there, you've got the nano blocks like I showed you at the bottom there. So you can keep going around. Also down the bottom here, we've got these panoramas that will show you where each of the sites are. I do love to see these things and actually try and figure out what we're looking at. So the big building is 2 IFC, International Financial something, conglomerate company, and that's like right there in the middle. This is slightly off though, so you've got the HSBC main building, which is just behind it. Hong Kong Macau ferry terminal. So you can get the ferry to Macau from just there in Central Pain. And then that's the big building, HSBC just behind. cute photo opportunity. You've got these little seats where you can sit in the corner. You've got views over the harbour and shipping yard, this side of it. And that is, well, a pretty dense shipping yard. Down here, actually, you can see those walkways that we've discussed throughout the video. And this is interesting because all the buildings kind of got a similar vibe to them this side. Like, you'll get 10 of the same skyscraper pop up. And I don't know, maybe it's like an apartment block or something like that. And then this side, you do in certain areas, but not like all of them. It's a very interesting vibe here. You do also have a cafe up here by the Ritz-Carlton, Hong Kong. I think it's got me pricey. Oh, might have to get a mortgage, maybe. No, this is just a little cafe, 100. You've got somebody taking photos just here as well, so you can have some amazing photos. If you have tea, it comes out in a building-shaped container. We got ourselves an apple juice, that is all. It's not all we could afford, but it's all we wanted to afford. Cold pressed apple juice, $6. For 2/3 of, £6 even, yeah, sorry, it's like $60. For 2/3 of a bottle. I do like the look of that afternoon tea. That was £28 basically, $280. So this is giving you the overview of the city skyline. As we said, you've got like really cool interactive things here, which will show you little bits about Hong Kong and what it's like.
This is quite good actually. This is more fun than there's over there.
Yeah, I think this is the best installation. Rather than having a look at the sites, you want to spend more time looking at this and reading some of these, because it talks to you about what Hong Kong is actually about. The little things, the fire dance, the noonday gun, you know, villain hitting.
We learned about this earlier.
Absolutely would love to do that. You know, so this is a good installation. And then it's got like all of the like notable things of Hong Kong underneath it in English, and then at the top in local dialect. 5G lab. So you got some 4G versus 5G real-time stuff. This is just an advert, really. And I think it's all paid extras as well, so you don't really want to do it. Becky was just saying, and I do agree, you paid £40 to come up here, and then they've taken up an entire wall, an entire view, with all this stuff that you don't really necessarily care about. Well, we finished the Sky 100 and 40 quid for the two of us. I don't think it was worth 40 quid. It's a lot of money, really, for that.
I think that the one that we did in New York, Summit 1, I think was a similar price. It wasn't much more than
Summit
that.
1 was very
and you get
similar
a
price.
lot.
And you had the art installations, you had that thing, because it was all mirrored as well,
Yeah.
so don't go there if you're wearing a skirt. But it was really cool, Summit 1, and it's pretty much the same price as this, and you're like, well, that's not worth it. That's not worth it, guys. Like, don't bother. Go and do the wheel. See that, go up to the Peak Tram. The Peak Tram was really cool. And then just, you know, forget this, basically. Just leave it. So that is the end of our 24 hours in Hong Kong, and we are back here at our hotel to come and collect our bags for the next adventure. I want to say a fairly chill day, but we did a few activities. The Symphony of Light show was fantastic. The observation deck, whilst it wasn't, you know, completely top notch, it was still a lot of fun to see some of those sights. and go up the Peak tram in the last video as well. One thing I would say, keep an eye on the cash situation. Do bring cash with you because you do need it for that octopus card. It's not something that you can pay with cards, so you definitely need the cash to bring that along and use the public transport system, because that is the golden ticket around Hong Kong. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video throughout. If you have, give us a thumbs up, do appreciate it. It really does help us out a lot. And it'd be great if you could hit the subscribe button and bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos. We'll see you on the other side. Thanks.